In the past, we operated in a benign environment where our potential adversaries didn't contest what we were doing up there, but that's not the case today. And that's why it's so important that we're doing what we're doing now here at Air University to develop our students to think differently about how we operate in the space domain. In every career field and in every service needs to shift to a mindset of my mission may not be here because the domain is just different than it was in years past. How do we continue to fight in a benign domain? How do we get our students to understand that this is not just you're going to go flip on the switch and it's going to be there? You can expect that when we hit a point of conflict, that at a minimum, your capabilities that you rely on from the space domain are going to be degraded at best. And you've got to figure out how to fight through that. And if you don't understand the challenges that you're going to face with a degraded space environment, you're not going to be able to figure out how to fight through that as effectively. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to look for those civilian institutions that are deeply involved in space education and the development of this in their own right of the space domain. A lot of folks only think about how do we operate in, from, and through space as it relates to our national security from a Department of Defense perspective, right? But it's much bigger than that. It's really threefold. It's about industry and it's about the civil side of the space community. NASA, for the first time in a little over 8 years, launched the first U.S. astronauts on a U.S. rocket. First time ever we used a commercially procured rocket to launch astronauts to the space station. But they don't do it alone. They partner with our military team out at Patrick Air Force Base. It takes an entire industry or the entire population to make this work. And we rely on those commercial companies to spur us along and make us better and to increase our capability. And that requires an industrial base that starts in the education community, right? So I think that's the tie. Where can we plug in to build those partnerships with education where we can bring folks in and share ideas and share challenges and solve those problems together. Here at Air University, we are key to the beginning of the education of a space professional's career. They're going to learn about space first and foremost here. They're going to come back here through Air University at key points of their career and learn how to be leaders, how to change organizations, how to challenge the norm, and how to be better officers and enlisted personnel. And that starts with education.